We're continuing talk of sexual identification with Dr. Stephen Sheloff. It might surprise you to know that children of the 80s are not terribly different from preceding generations. Dr. Sheloff spoke to a group of children aged 10 to 13 now, and as you'll see, sexual stereotypes and ideas still exist, but they're a far different cry from the younger children we've heard before. Their acceptance and interest in the opposite sex, that's getting more complete, but they're still struggling through what we'd call awkward adolescence.
From the beginning of the year all the way up till March, about everything was going fine. And all the girls started pressuring the boys to go out with her, a certain girl, like, will you go out with Jane or this and that? And it feels like you had to go out with somebody or you couldn't do anything, so you just had to do that.
So it was like the girls were like ready to move ahead a little faster than the boys?
Right. I don't know if we were ready for it. We were still playing kickball back then.
But you feel like you're more ready for it now?
Yeah, but we decided, what the heck, and we did it.
Mm-hmm. What about when you're older? Who has it easier when you're older, boys or girls?
The girls are supposed to take care of the children. I mean, it's not like they always do, but they're supposed to. But the man, it seems, always has to have a job.
I think it would be easier for the man because it's hard to keep track, you know, to watch your children the whole time and just tell them, don't do that, especially in the young stage, you know, don't do that, do that, do that. And the father just has a job, he has a routine, you know, to do most of the time, and he does it.
But what do you see, having a family where your wife works, for instance? Is that something?
Yeah, I think I do.
You do?
It'll probably happen, it'll be like a routine. The man and the wife work, and the children, they either have a babysitter or someone who does the job, or the wife does it too, and she'll have the harder job.
Mm-hmm. Talk to the girls for a minute. Do you think you see marrying someone who might share some of that responsibility for the child, or do you see that as the woman's role?
I don't think that my husband would want to take a part-time job. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I just don't think he would.
But then that puts more of the obligation on you, doesn't it? Is that fair?
No. But I don't think he'd want to.
You don't think he'd want to. Maya, what do you think about it?
Well, I think that I definitely want to work for a long time because I believe, like, I've gone to school for such a long time, and then I definitely want to go to college, and that it would be sort of like a waste not to do something with your life, like not just stay home with kids. So I'd probably work for a long time, and then maybe if I had the kids, which I probably would want to, I'd stay home until they were grown up enough to just say be able to come home when I'm not there and then wait for me. And then I'd maybe go back to work or do something else.
And what would you expect of your husband, do you think? Right.
He'd probably work and probably wouldn't bring up the kids as much as I would.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's fair?
No, but, well, that's just the way we've lived for a long time, and it's sort of hard to sway away from it.
Do you think, is a woman's career as important as a man's?
Now, no. I don't think it is as important, but it may become more important or as important. I mean, I don't think it is as important to the whole family itself. I see. Because many of the bosses or whatever aren't paying women as much.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying important as a way of supporting the family?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is important. I mean, to her.
Right.
And probably to the family.
Steve, should I be surprised that these youngsters are so conscious of the fact that they've got to move on to a career?
No, this is the age really where all of the impact of the future is really coming down upon them. And they're going through a stage of adolescence where they're ready to go on to that next step, make mature decisions, and think about what they're going to be.
This is also the age of first crushes, first dances. How serious are the relationships? How seriously should a parent treat them when the youngster comes to them with them?
Well, in the younger part of adolescence, they are truly crushes, and I think parents need to sort of step back a little, not get too bent out of shape if it's a relationship that doesn't appear satisfying to them. But, so give them a little latitude.
But at this point, are the biggest influences on their lives their parents or forces their parents can't control? TV, films, school?
Remember, the parents have given them a set of values that are crucial, important. They carry that into them, but they are now integrating values from society and from films, TV, etc. But they, 99 times out of 100, return to those values of their parents and of their family.
So make them strong and
make them strong and love them, and they'll grow up the way you want them to.
Stephen Sheloff, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
We'll come back in a moment.